It's Friday, May 19th, and when it's Friday, you know what that means. It's time for Comics Forever. Welcome back to Comics Forever, the weekly show where I tell you about all the comics that we love that you should be reading. And speaking of it being Friday, May 19th, I just realized it is the 11-year anniversary of me moving to Philly. So, here's to 11 more, I guess. That's enough about me. Let's talk about some comics. First up, we've got a modern cult classic that I cannot give enough praise for, The Immortal Hulk. Essentially, it is the Hulk, but horror. It is spooky as hell. It's incredible body horror. I can only describe this book as squelchy. You know what I mean? It's like you can hear it squelch. Every time there's a transformation scene, it is gorier and grosser than the last time, and you'll love to see it. It's also a really good deconstruction of the Hulk in a way that is very unsettling. The, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the werewolf thing, all taken to the nth degree to its logical conclusion, which is terrifying. There's 11 volumes of this altogether, and there's 10 of the main story, and the 11th is one-shots that tie in. It is well worth your time. I say pick up volume 1 if you're not sure, but you're gonna be hooked, so you'll be back for 2 through 9. And if you're sure you'll like it, you should go ahead and pre-order the omnibus that's coming out in August, which will have the whole shebang. So pick up volume 1 or order the omnibus today and get some spooky Hulk in your life. And while we're on the subject of fresh takes on old characters, we have The Dark Knights of Steel. This one's by Tom Taylor and Yasmine Putri. Essentially, it is the DC characters all in their own fantasy realm of swords and sorcery and dragons and all that good stuff. You might think you know what this book is about, but you are sorely mistaken. This book, every turn, I feel like the end of every single issue, there's a big twist that, looking back, you're like, yeah, no, that actually does make perfect sense. Why did I not think of that? It's so good. It is, it's the whole crew, and essentially it is a lot of Game of Thrones palace intrigue where the Black Lightning family is one kingdom, the Elves, the Jor-El and wife and son, all of them are one kingdom, and they're all at war with each other against also the Amazonians, that the Mascarans have their own thing. And then in the middle of all that, there's the Green Man. Wonder who he is. You're not gonna guess. It's so good. This hardcover is the first 6 issues. The single issues are winding down, so I would suggest catching up on the first half right before the whole thing ends. So get yourself some Dark Knights of Steel. And lastly, because one good Tom Taylor turn deserves another, we've got The Titans #1. This one has art by Nicholas Scott. It is so good. I feel like everything Dawn of DC has been killing it, and this is no exception. This one spins out of Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing. Definitely has the same vibe, and it's a great place to jump in if you've been itching for a Justice League book that hasn't been out in God knows how long. The new Justice League is here, and they're not the Justice League at all. They're the Titans. Really good mystery to start out with as well. I'm very curious to see where the plot is going, but this one also just has the great, getting the team together. And they go punch a monkey, a giant monkey that's beating up on a nuclear plant. Who doesn't love that? It's the perfect combo of, classic comic book campiness and, bringing it to a new era. Bringing it to, feeling modern and fresh and, important, It's so good. So yeah, make sure you jump in now with Titans #1. In the Dawn of DC. That is it for this week's Comics Forever. Thank you for joining me yet again for some cool comics. Don't forget to join us tomorrow from 2 to 4. Our friend Kate Glasheen is going to be doing signing of their new book, Constellations, that comes out next week. We'll have plenty of copies, so make sure you swing by and get your book signed and meet Kate, because they're great. And until next time, we'll see ya next Friday on Comics Forever. With a very different horror twist. It is the Hulk. What? And while we're on the subject on new takes on old characters, we've got